Hello, lovely people. So, first off, I want to apologize because we did start an hour late today. We had to delay. So, I apologize for those who were waiting on us for 6 p.m. And it's just going to be me today. So, it's not going to be the whole joking around thing. Uh-oh. We're going live. This is Lori.
What's up?
She's fantastic. She's awesome. I love her.
Joy Keller Williams. Buy and sell with Lizette.
Woo!
Bye. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Bye.
Have a good one.
See you tomorrow.
So, she's fantastic. Anyways, what was I saying? So, today's week 5. Can't believe 5 weeks have just passed by that quickly. But we're gonna keep it short today, kind of just go off with the questions. Like we said, you get $5 gift card. Should take off my glasses because of the reflection. Go off with the questions, 3 questions based off of the last 4 weeks. We're focusing on the seller side of things for this series. And then the very big $20 raffle. I have all the names in here of everyone that's shared, and I'm going to pick one name out of this vase, I guess is what you call it, and we can go forward. And I realized that Instagram isn't live, so we're gonna go do that too. One moment. We just got someone that joined, but I can't see who that is. Hi, Priscilla. Sorry, I'm setting up the video over on this side for the Instagram, and then we can get started with the raffles. All right. Just gonna give it a few more minutes just to give people a chance to log in and such, and then we can move forward. So I guess what I can do is actually give a recap of what happened the last month. So what we did was, since the last series was based off of kind of the loans out there and the loan officer perspective and kind of what happens on that side, we decided to kind of focus on the seller side and kind of what they need to expect to get their house sold. So that includes topics such as determining the right time to sell and why that time is the best time to sell. And then we got into rising interest rates and demand, supply and demand, and how the inventory is kind of running low right now in the market, and in turn is causing buyer bidding wars. So buyers find themselves in those situations a lot these days. And then at week 2, we kind of covered what are the first steps in selling your home, such as picking an agent, the listing agreements, why they're important, and and kind of on the buyer side, getting pre-approved so they can hit the market as well. Week 3, we kind of covered, what do you need to know to list your property? Why do we determine a price? What do we use? So, such as the CMAs, we talk a lot about CMAs and why they're important. And then just today's market, what's been going on. As I said earlier, supply and demand is pretty much what drives the real estate market. And it kind of, that's the tone with how much you're going to sell property for. And it's pretty much the buyers that determine that kind of thing, how much they're willing to pay for something. So, and then in the next week, we got into, in that same week, we got into, now that your property is listed, what do we do? How do you prepare for showings? What do you need to know about open houses and such? And then receiving and negotiating any offers of different types that can come through and the kinds of offers that your agent is going to be presenting to you. And then lastly, second to last was accepting the offer, inspections and appraisals. What do those entail? Why they're important? And what do you need to know as a seller to best make a decision? And then the clear to close, which is pretty much one of the last steps. And the last week, that was, a week ago, clearly, we covered the importance of good marketing. So, that can kind of determine how quick your home gets sold. Is it just being thrown on the market, or is your agent advertising and exposing it and giving it the most exposure as possible? Hello. And then closing costs. As a seller, you guys have closing costs, such as the buyer as well. So what does that include? Like the tax stamps, your attorney fees, things like that. That changes per seller, so there's not a set price or a set number on that, but definitely expect closing costs as the seller. And then the final walkthrough, kind of the second to last thing before getting to the closing table. So, all right. And I forgot my questions over there. So let me go grab those. Since we've got a few people on here, I guess we can start with this. So we have 3 questions based off of what we discussed in the last 4 weeks. I just kind of gave you a quick recap on that. So I guess we can get started. And if you answer correctly, if you're the first to answer correctly, you will get a gift card to Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts. So that's all up to you, which one you decide. So first question, what is a bidding war? I believe that is what we covered in the first week of our seller series. Any takers? I think we're quiet. Hi. So I'm going to say that, I'm going to ask the question one more time. What is a bidding war? And this was covered in the first video in the seller series 4 weeks ago. Absolutely, Priscilla. Guys are quiet on me this week. Come on. Talk to me, talk to me. Hello, Jonathan Agudelo. Poor guy is sick today, so that's why he could not make it. But he is supporting us through being here. And Mr. Bolano, I'm surprised you're here today. So the first question was, what is a bidding war? And I reminded you viewers that it was covered in the very first video in the seller series. You can absolutely participate, Priscilla. I'm going quiet, huh? Yes, so what happens is if there's a lot of buyers that like a particular house, they will find themselves in what they call a bidding war, right? So they're going to drive up the price of the property to make sure that they get it. Exactly. So who pays more is the one that gets the home. That's exactly what it comes down to, right? Like I said, prices just get driven up sometimes by ridiculous amounts. So Priscilla, you definitely got the first question correct. You were the first to answer. Either message me personally or leave in the comments whether you want a Dunkin' Donuts or a Starbucks coffee gift card. All right, we are quiet on this side. All right, so second question. Ooh. Hi, Pam. How are you? We're getting lots of. Okay, so second question. Why are CMAs important? As a seller, that's kind of one of the first conversations that you have with your realtor. Why are they important? Oh, we're getting comments like crazy over here. And I believe that we covered CMAs in week 1 as well. Oh, and in week 2, sorry. Just in week. Yep, week 1 and 2. So if you need a refresher. Come on, the faster you guys answer, the faster we can get to the big prize. I'm gonna make this the last question since we're a little quiet, so then we can get to why we're all really here, right? You can participate more than once if you want. I think we got something. The question is, why are CMAs important? This was covered in week 1 and in week 2. I'm doing fantastic, Pam. Thank you for asking. Why are CMAs important? Let's not all speak at once. I can't understand y'all. Oh, we got something, I think. Lots and lots of hearts from Pam. Pam is such a huge supporter of us. We love her very much. And we hope to see you soon, too. Come on, I know there's at least 4 of you out there. And I know at least one of you know the right answer. Why are CMAs important? There we go, Mr. Agudelo. He says they are essential in ensuring you get a fair value or price for your home. That's pretty much spot on. And Pam says important because they want the right price for their house. Absolutely. So guess what? You both get a Starbucks or a Dunkin' Donuts gift card. Please let me know what your choice is. So a little more on the CMAs thing. No, it depends where you're located, right? So there's homes that are millions and millions of dollars, and then there's homes that are $500,000. And there's a lot of different things that go into. There's a lot of things that we know that go into pricing your home, such as the condition, your square footage, the contents of your home, the bedrooms, the bathrooms, things like that, and location. And so if we could, we would sell all the houses for $1 million. But we can't do that, right? Our goal is to get your home off of the market and sold in the least amount of time for the most amount of money. That's why CMAs are really important. We want to make sure that we value you appropriately and not severely over or severely under, because one, if you're overpriced, then you run the risk of getting little to no traffic go through your home. And then after 30 days on the market, that's when people start to kind of worry, what's going on? Why hasn't it sold yet? So first 30 days are the most important. And so I'm going to leave it there. Those are the only 2 questions that I have. And I'm going to start drawing from this thing. This is the big prize, $20 gift card to a place of your choice. So I'm going to shake it up. And I'm going to pick one name. Let's see, who wins? Oh, I got 2. All right. Rigoli Property Solutions, you are the winner. I don't know, you're gonna have to check, Mr. Bolano. Right here. Congratulations. Don't know if you're here today, but we will send you a message personally to let you know that you have won. Congratulations. Yep, Holly won. That's the name of her company, by the way. She shared through her company page as well as her personal, but this is the one that came out. So congrats again, Holly. We will be in touch and get that gift card over to you. And this is pretty much what today is all about, right? Just the questions and the raffles and things like that. We are going to take a break for next week. And we will come back with the new series that is currently in the works with Mr. Bolano and Mr. Agudelo. And we, as always, appreciate all the support. Continue to share our videos, continue to tag those who may benefit, continue to keep watching. This is for you guys. We want to make sure that you're educated, and the more educated you are, the better it would be. You understand more, you're aware of what's going on, and it makes things a lot easier for all of us as well. So we definitely appreciate you guys being here. So remember, next week we will not be here, but the week after, and we will obviously send out invites and all that good stuff as always. So thank you so much for tuning in and answering the questions. Congratulations to those that won the gift cards, and we will do this again in about 6 weeks from now. Have a good night.